I like the term citizen-centric because I'm arguing the smart city from the perspective of citizenship, where from Jen Jensen's publication, according to her on citizenship, when we call ourselves as citizen, then we have the responsibility to build the city, to take care of the city. It is not like we enjoy the facility of the city. So when we become a citizen, we have a responsibility to contribute back to the society, the community, to become the proposer, the data collector, for the city. Yeah, we have to educate them. So we have to allocate budget to educate these people to make them become part of the smart city development.
So it is a pleasure right now. We have Dr. Lim Seng Boon from Universiti Teknologi MARA or UITM, Perak Branch, Malaysia. He's a senior lecturer program of Town and Regional Planning, College of Built Environment. Good afternoon, Pak Boon. Pak Lim.
Ya, boleh, Bun, boleh. Pak Ridwan Suciati.
Okay. You can introduce yourself. Here is the unit for a non-regular program, which is focuses on profession education, profession, and also non-degree program. So ITB has an idea to provide more opportunity for the community to have learning in the lifelong learning. Beside the regular program like undergrad, master, or doctoral program. Please, Pak Lim.
Pak Ridwan. Thank you so much, Pak Ridwan, for inviting me here to your podcast.
Not my podcast, it's a non-regular program from ITB.
From ITB, I mean, So you guys guess what? I just arrived from Malaysia, and it is my first time to come to Bandung and this beautiful campus. And then let me introduce myself. My name is Lim. You can call me Lim or Seng Boon. I'm from Malaysia. I got my master's bachelor's degree in Town and Regional Planning from Universiti Teknologi Malaysia, UTM. Skudai Johor there. Then I continue my Ph.D. studies recently in year 2000. Just graduated in year 2020.
Before pandemic.
Just right before my Viva is just right before the pandemic. It's under the Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia, UKM in Bangi. That topic I study is smart city, and it's relating to people's participation. That is basically my study and my interest from urban planning and like to study governance topic, people's topic, citizenship. And of course, other related topic like rural studies, like tourism studies and transportation. Physical development also have we are involving in those kind of studies. Thank you.
Maybe you can also describe to the audience about your research, your previous research and ongoing research, because we can learn from Malaysia and other countries, and also I heard that you also have research in Indonesia, so we can compare the condition in Indonesia and Malaysia and other countries.
Sure, Pak. Because I know that Pak, you're also studying the smart city, right? I read Pak's publication in smart city areas also. It's very good and critical and very informative. Then my study in Malaysia is on the, if you understand smart city, there are six domains. 6 domains coined by these seminal scholars, Rudolf Giefinger from Austria. TUVN. So in his study in 2007, he actually coined the 6 domains for smart city, which are the smart economy, smart government, smart people, smart environment, living, and mobility. These are the so-called groundbreaking research, where after this research, people already understand that what are the actual conceptual scope for smart city. So with that study, I try to expand the idea of the smart government in Malaysia. And of course, smart people. Because recently, some historical background for you all know. In year 2018, okay, Malaysia government, they had published a framework, smart city framework, Malaysian smart city framework
In
in
2000?
2018. And with that publication, is gearing the policy, the physical planning policy in Malaysia towards smart city development, and we are trying to achieve smart nation, so called that time is in another 20 or 30 years. So under this national top down plan, every local authorities have to follow. Have to follow. So it is a good idea that that before that, the whole development city development trend is starting from the sustainable cities 20 years back, right? And the SDG. And then before that was safe city. Yeah, starting safe city also. So safe city, smart city, and currently is as in between there is a livable city, and currently the hot one is a smart city development, where people understand that smart city is using the ICT, the technology, as a new solution to counter the traditional non so not so technical solution, because through ICT technology, a lot of uh, a lot of innovation, a lot of new kind of solution can bring to the city. Like for example, the traffic, right? They try to install the sensors, IoTs on the traffic light, and then they send back the data to the control center, and from there they can have a better traffic management. Yeah, that is one kind of the application. Okay, but actually my interest is less on traffic. Less on traffic. My interest is more on the people.
On the people.
Why the people cannot be so participative, do not have a higher say in the government's policy. That is a topic that I would like to and of course is ongoing researching, and through that motivation, and with my UCAM's professor, we have derived a conceptual framework called citizen-centric smart city.
Citizen-centric smart
So
city.
where smart cities should develop towards prioritizing people rather than the technology. Of course, technology is important, but that is a means. It's a supporting tools. We cannot focus too much on technology, because that is too dangerous. But as you know, technology is driven by private sector.
Yeah.
And those are very profit oriented. Imagine if the city is controlled by a corporate sector, what will become the city? What will be the benefit and the welfare of the people? Of course, the normal people feel nothing, but how about the vulnerable groups, where people have less income and less ability? Those people will be sidelined under this technocratic kind of thinking of smart city operation. If so, therefore, I and my professor, Dr. Jalaluddin, try to argue that can city become more focused on citizen? So that is basically the topic. And actually, we have published a book also, and of course some papers with other scholars from abroad. Yeah.
So, Professor Jalaluddin Malik.
Yeah, correct. You know him?
Yeah, I was invited to Malaysia by the support of his finance. His financial is invite me to talk about the book on smart cities. in the
Oh,
campus. That was long ago before pandemic.
I see, I see. Before when you came to Malaysia, you came also.
Yeah, yeah.
I see, I
With
see.
my kids at the time.
Oh, good, good, good. He's
Yeah.
retiring already.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. Recently just
Oh,
retired. But he's
okay.
still active.
Okay, okay,
He's still
okay.
active. I just
Yeah.
met him 2 weeks ago. Yeah, yeah, in
Yeah.
UCAM. He's healthy.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So
yes.
what is the main focus right now of of the smart city research?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it based on the people center, meaning that more focus on the smart people, or looking in the larger context in the smart government or other issue? Is there
Yeah.
any other
Yeah,
issue?
if you are going to talk about the current trend, we talk from the global trend led by the UN Habitat. Actually, they are really focusing on this people-centric smart city. Although they have some publication of people-centric, but now they are trying to collect more cases to really conceptualize this people-centric. I like the term citizen-centric
Mm.
because I'm arguing the smart city from the perspective of citizenship, where from Jen Jensen's publication, according to her on citizenship, when we call ourselves as citizen, then we have the responsibility
Mm.
to build the city, to take care of the city. It is not like we enjoy the facility of the city. So when we become a citizen, we have a responsibility to contribute back to the society. So that is that is why a citizenship concept is very good to apply in under smart city. That is what I try to always argue. I like to use the term citizen rather than people. People are those engineering
Mhm.
scholars they like to use because they treat people as just a user. There's no no soul, no spirit, no
Mm.
contribution behind. But when I use citizen, there's an idea, there's some kind of thinking that you should contribute with your experience, with your expertise and knowledge, with your volunteerism to contribute to the society. So citizen is a right term, I think.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, according to that Prof. Rivan you mentioned just now. So the trend currently, according to UN, is still they are promoting the people-centric smart city. And I'm actually invited by other scholars from Poland, from Brazil,
Mm.
yeah, and of course your country, yeah, Malang Universitas Negeri Malang,
Oh,
and USU,
Sumatera
Sumatra.
Utara.
Yeah, yeah, they invited me to talk about smart city also, and of course the Brazil side. And we are trying to see smart city is not really, of course, technology is important, but after all, what is a city? City is about people. It is not
Oh yeah.
about the smart. It is about people. Yeah. So uh, focusing too much on technology will actually destroying the city. Yeah, we're actually destroying the city. And actually, the trend in Malaysia, okay, the government is encouraging the authorities to produce smart city action plan.
Oh, smart city
Yeah,
action
according to
plan.
that Malaysian smart city framework. So recently, every smart city, every local authority in Malaysia, they have to produce an action plan so that they will be working parallelly with the federal government. Yeah, and Malaysia got 155 local authorities.
Oh,
Yeah,
155.
155. I think not so many as compared to
Yeah, yeah,
Indonesia.
yeah.
And under their plan is about I think 40%.
40%.
40% is going to target to become smart city.
Mm.
Yeah, recently it's less than 10%. How they measure smart city? Maybe you will ask. Yeah, now the Ministry of Local Government and Housing, they are using the ISO 37122 smart city indicators to measure
Mm.
the development of the smart city. So they divide smart city development into 4 stages. First is the early adopter. For authority to gain the early adopter certificate, some kind like that. So they have to fulfill 10 criteria, 10
Mm.
indicators from the 85 indicators of the ISO, Malaysian Standard MS, ISO 37122. Because Malaysia, as you know, ISO is also in the international standards, and Malaysia has adopted that and already have another annex, nation annex, some additional 5 indicators to fulfill the Malaysian context. So Malaysia is trying to use these indicators. There are 55, 85, and divided into 4 stages, like what I mentioned to you. So for the authority to achieve the first stage of the so-called smart city early adopter, they have to fulfill 10 indicators. And of course, the other criteria is to publish the action plan, smart city action plan. Yeah, that is the first stage. And then go to second stage, third stage, and the final stage is the major smart city. They have to fulfill all 85 indicators. That is the planning until 2030 and beyond. Yeah.
For the 150.
5. Yeah, but they are only targeting about 67. So about 40% they are targeting. So it is not that easy because, as you know, the indicators are really need to collect those big data from those government agencies like the statistical department, like other departments like the JKR, the engineering department, and of course it is not an easy job. So for that to fulfill, I mean the authority first. I have wrote a paper on the challenges facing the authority in adopting this action plan and the standard. It is because they're lacking of technical support from the staff. Yeah, most of the staff are actually not so advanced in the knowledge of ICT and data management. Yeah. So one of the challenges is the lack of the staff. The other one is, of course, the budget.
Yeah.
You know, you want to become a smart city. First, they will ask, do your PBT local authority has control center, or so-called command center?
Command center.
Yeah. And then to build one command center, it is more than millions. Yeah, because you need a big screen.
Yes.
That is only physical, what you saw. You need the system, the software. Yeah, and then that storage is what you see in front of the storage and the cloud storage. And then you have to have the IoT, the sensors from the environment around you. If you want to, you have to track the data of traffic, you have to put on the traffic light. You want to track the data of the lag, the pollution on the lag, you have to put there. You have to track the data on the flood condition, you have to put at the kampong or the rural area, right? Yeah. So a lot of courses are actually involving. So it is not that good idea actually. That's why I'm always promoting and propagating those low tech solution where people can actually solve or created by the community themselves, and that will be better. Yeah. And allow me to add one more thing. That is recently we have completed a real project, real smart city action plan project for a local authority. Yeah, for a local authority in Perak. That is Manjung local authority, Manjung.
Is it a new?
It is not a new one. It is a very old local authority. It is the second largest authority in Perak state. It is not so urban area. It's more the suburb area. So, but that area is important because we have Lumut, the maritime port, that is promoted by the national and the state government to have a port city development, something like that. So, that project you have completed already, and we have proposed, of course, around 90 strategies to actually move Manjung towards a smart city. Yeah.
So it's not in the new town, but it's
old
in
town.
the old town.
Something like old town.
Not the big city.
Not also. It is a second ranked city. Like the study by Giffinger. That study is interesting because Giffinger studied the second ranked city, including the Luxembourg. He is not studying the big city in Europe. I mean, for the smart city ranking, he got the ranking about 76 indicators according to his 6 domains. And his project is interesting because he put everything online, and people can access, can know the indicators through checking his website, and it is a continuous study. It's not only one time. I thought he has continued for three terms. Yeah.
It's like a participatory, but using technology.
Yes, correct, correct. Yeah. And my study is always think that why people has less power in a decision making of a in a city. Yeah. That is always my interest. And actually, we try to use Sherry Einstein's
Oh yeah,
ladders of participation. There are seven, eight ranks, and three kind of
ladder. Yeah.
three different power associations, something like that. First one is citizen power, the top rank one. The middle one is tokenism. Last rank is the non-participation. So in Malaysia, allow me allow me to comment, but I may be wrong. Malaysian condition is mostly on the tokenism level. Yeah, where there are activities. There are activities did by the authority with the community. But when it comes to decision making, actually they are not involving. They're just consulting people, but actually want to decide whether what kind of money you want to give you, what kind of project you can do. It all depends on the top down decision. And you try to you are trying to point this gap lah, this research gap or this reality to the authority, but it is actually they acknowledge this gap, but the progress is slow. What I can say.
And
Yeah,
what
yeah.
about the role of private sector? Is it
Mm,
also help the people, the minority, or
mm,
just want to or just have an interest in technology itself,
mm,
or any uh, opportunity to give attention to other issues like
mm,
minority, or
mm,
the for all the I mean for all for the inclusive development, in the
mm,
context of inclusive development.
yeah.
Is there any fact
Mm,
finding
mm, mm.
about that?
On the private sector's
The
involvement.
role of private sector,
Oh
the involvement
yes.
of private sector.
That is not actually my study on private sector, but we have known that private sector is really playing important role. But actually, we have to control them. What I can say, they have technical knowledge. They have money, and they are money oriented. They are profit oriented. But they are actually helping a lot to develop the city because PPP, public private partnership, is some kind of the idea always promoting since the Tun Mahathir's time, where in 1980 something, already promoting the private sector's role in helping the government
Mm.
to relieve the government's burdens and helping the city development, and the national's development. Of course, they are important, very very much important. But I can say is we have to work together.
Yes.
But as you say, they are more important than people in Malaysia. Always when we talk, you can open any action plan did by Malaysian authorities. The first partner is the private sector,
Mm.
not people. Not the civil society,
Mm.
not the university, or not the community. The partner always they ask is the private sector. So they are playing a very important role. Even in our plan, in the Manjung action plan, we are proposing the private sector like Apple, asking them to assist in education, smart education part where they can bring in their their program or their technology, teaching the school children to learn how to do video, how those kind of thing. Yeah, so they are very important.
Other issue is that the role of the governance, or the role of the government, or smart smart governance or smart government. uh, so it can cover all the uh, interests of the people, and including the private sector, I guess.
Mm.
What about the role of the smart or the government or the
Yeah. Actually, if you understand, maybe the roles of the government is actually the backdrop of the city development. Yeah, it is everywhere. It is everywhere. So without the governing body, it uh, cannot be a city lah. Okay, so governing, what I understand is the current trend. The current trend. Of course, everyone is saying about the technocratic governance style, where we must apply technology to solve the city's issue. And the current trend is more towards participatory governance. Yeah, where it is not PPP, not public, not government, not private partnership. It is more on the public, private, and the community.
public,
And then,
private, and the community.
Yeah, PPPP, 4P.
Oh,
The other one is people.
Oh.
So, but yeah, conceptually, we are trying to argue that. But in reality, as I did the project in Manjong, it is still lacking, because even in the process of doing this plan, you have to call for public engagement through focus group discussion. And every time when you call the community, it is not easy for them to come. And then second, if they come also, authority might not really listening to them. And you know why? Because this community, they have to be educated also. If not, they just come and complain.
Complain.
Yeah, the authority asked them, the officer, why you don't like to ask the public, the community leader to come? They say, just come and complain. They take chance to complain, but they never contribute. So it is not because they do not have knowledge or resources. It is because we have to educate this public, ask them to contribute. That's why in my project, my project is to have so-called an apps. We are trying to develop an apps to collect the data from the society, to collect the people's contribution. Like for example, this young man Raihan. Okay, we ask him, Raihan, what do you like? What is your background? What is your expertise? Maybe he likes cooking. Who knows? Then he can cook well. Then he likes to contribute. He likes to teach people cooking. So if there are anyone who want to learn cooking, like cook satay, then we can invite Raihan to come. It's free of charge, and he is also very willing to contribute. There's one case where I did my study in Petaling Jaya,
new
city.
town.
And it's a new town, a town next to a satellite town next to KL. I did that study. That city is matured. It is more towards a people-centric because they got third and fourth generations. People are staying there. So people are more civil-minded. So there's one guy that I interviewed. He said he's an electrical engineer. But he went to the public housing to teach or to help to repair where any short circuit, electricity kind of thing, the circuit, try to repair and teach the resident there. In that case, it helps the community to save money, save money and have better relationship with the community. Yeah, so he likes to contribute because that is his profession and he likes to help people. And I think this kind of people, there are a lot in our city. Just we do not know them. We do not appreciate them. So my next project is to appreciate these people, to collect these people's data, and we keep in the local authority. So when local authority want to have project, they'll look back to this data and find for correct caretaker for the special project. Yeah, like this electrical engineering to help the low cost housing area for repairing the electrical wiring. That is a very good idea. And then you can find some senior citizen who likes gardening. Gardening, we try to promote urban farming, right? Something like that. So a lot of people, they're retired, then they like to have more exercise or working on passing their free time, and they like to plant. We can call these people come and help on the vulnerable community. Why not? Just we do not know their location and their interest. Yeah. So my idea, my next project, actually, you are proposing to the Mahjong action plan already. So that is apps to collect the data from the general public to know what kind of contribution they can make, they can give back to the society. Without smart people, without people they are really caring about their community, that city cannot call smart city. That is always what I say. Yeah, thank you.
So in this case, there is a concept of sharing knowledge.
Yes.
And also to optimize the sharing knowledge for the better of the community, for the quality of life of the community, right?
Yes.
So by identifying and also make an inventory about the
Yes,
people,
correct.
so we can know what kind of skill and
correct.
also expertise
Yes.
for all the variety of the people who lives there.
Yes, correct.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's in line with the type or characteristic of knowledge-based urban development, right?
Yes,
because
correct.
tend more focus on the people, and then people can act as agent of change for the city.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Agent of change for the city. That is more important. Shouldn't be private sector, in my opinion. That role should be played by society, civil society. That is better. If that comes from civil society, the volunteerism spirit is higher. So they are not asking for return. That is important. If we just focus on private sector, of course they are good, but they're asking for return. Sometimes, most of the time are monetary return, and they ignore the real people's need in the city. Yeah, that is something we have to consider.
You're right.
Yeah.
Any research related with smart city in Malaysia to the new, just like Indonesia have a Nusantara or IKN. I know that Malaysia initiate this kind of activities before the Indonesia. Can you talk more about Petaling, and then what is the three hubs of the development?
Multimedia super corridor. Putrajaya.
Putrajaya, and then Petaling.
Intelligent city.
Yeah. Can you talk more about that compared to Indonesian condition that maybe we can learn from the Malaysia?
Yeah. You know, this back to 1990s, this intelligent cities idea is come from Tun Mahathir Mohamad. When he was the fourth prime minister at that time. He's actually consulting the McKinsey, the US consultancy, and some Japanese guru to actually bring the telecommunication technology, telecommunication advancement to Malaysia, where because he saw that Malaysia has a potential to become a so-called telecommunication hub in Southeast Asia. So he tried to build that hub through the idea of multimedia super corridor and bring in all the telecommunication companies like Telecom Malaysia, Maxis, and others to actually have their office and R&D center in that area. And then, of course, there are a lot of backup from the government side. They have their MDEC. MDEC is one of the organization established during that time. Okay, its role is actually help the private sector, the company, whoever involved this ICT or telecommunication industry, to start their business, open their factories in that area with those incentives given. And that idea is actually interesting and actually actually considered successful at that time. And that idea was intelligent city. Intelligent city. And then with that, they try to develop another city called Putrajaya. Putrajaya is another idea to actually move the capital from Kuala Lumpur to move the public administration office to another new area.
Including the commercial area or
Not
mainly
not
focus on
including
the
only focusing on the
civic center.
civil servants officers. Yeah. So that is the idea. And that happened concurrently. Concurrently. At one time, they try to, Tun M try to build a so-called Silicon Valley Silicon Valley in Southeast Asia, which is Cyberjaya city. Cyberjaya. At the same time, he tries to move all the government officers from KL, Kuala Lumpur, in the name of congestion, to a new area called Putrajaya.
So not in the same location,
but next to. So that idea is also widely accepted by Malaysian society, and today we can see that Putrajaya is some say it's a successful green city, smart city, or some condemn that is the city is very boring because at night there are less activities. Yeah, so depends on what kind of a perspective you are looking at. But as generally, that is a well-planned city with those fiber optics already planted under the ground. So it is really ready for this smart city development. Yeah, it is a very good planning. Yeah, for now and for future. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any idea about the potential research collaboration between Malaysia and Indonesia?
I forgot to mention. I forgot to mention. After this 1990s intelligent city MSC kind of thing happened, the hype become lower. I mean the smart thing become lower. Just until recently, 2010s, we are actually trying to revitalize this idea. Like smart city, I mentioned to you that the national framework is just coined in 2018, right?
2018.
Yeah, and before that,
2008.
the Selangor State. Selangor State is actually leading this project, smart city project, and of course the Nusanjaya. We call in the Johor there,
Iskandar Corridor.
Iskandar Corridor, you know that. Iskandar Corridor is near Singapore. It's because of the spillover development from Singapore. So the state of Johor tried to develop something. They are using smart city. At that time was 2010s. 2010s. So from that idea, then move to the central region. Selangor state is also trying to have their action plan. But you know that time, you're actually referring to Indonesian cases. Many of the conference organized by the authority or private sector actually calling the Bandung authority.
Remember at the time.
Bandung authority to go there and share. Of course, the Jakarta Smart Center, I still save their contact number because that time I also interviewed some officers from Jakarta Smart City Center.
I remember.
In terms of smart city development, what I can say is Indonesia is actually ahead of Malaysia. It's actually ahead of Malaysia, and Malaysia is trying to learn from Indonesia for many cases. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I remember at the time when I present paper, and then later on there is a email or a letter said that you were chose the draft or the manuscript is chosen to be more described because it's related with the Iskandar. The Iskandar Corridor. I forgot. I remember at the time.
Yeah.
So, do you have any idea about the potential or the perspective of a smart city in Indonesia compared to Malaysia? Is it in the same condition now with the controversy? I remember 2018, I wrote a book, how to make 10 steps to make a city smarter, which is built by 10 controversies about smart city. One of those is the challenge between city or citizen.
Oh, who wrote the book?
2000.
Who?
Uh,
You.
I wrote the book
Interesting.
2018.
Oh,
2000.
so your argument is between the people and the city.
Yeah, other
I
thing is
see.
that the local purpose and the regional purpose. Other things that spatial context or logistical context. Other things that industrial or green development or technical activities and political activities.
Yeah.
So that 10 steps is constructed by 10 controversies about smart cities.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe
I think what I think is Indonesia is actually trying and working very hard towards this sustainable and smart city development direction. The focus is very much on infrastructure, of course, from the private investment also. But actually, the people are actually not catching up. Yeah, as I feel myself. I traveled to Malang.
Malang, yeah.
Malang,
Nice
Surabaya.
place. Yeah, Surabaya.
Nice environment, nice weather, education city, right?
Yeah.
And then travel to this Medan.
Medan.
Kesawan city, the old town Kesawan. In Medan also, the old town, real old town, heritage town, Kesawan. And then recently, this morning, Bandung.
Bandung, yeah. But through Cirebon, through
from the suburb,
Kertajati.
from the rural area to suburb to city. I actually observed that the infrastructure is quite ready, but the people are actually not getting enough support from the government. Yeah, a lot of people are actually having hard time, really hard time. I see during traffic. When I stop at any traffic junction, we can see a lot of people. They are trying very hard to earn their living, selling things, become silverman, or bringing their kids, or selling some tidbits. So we can see that the community needs more help than the infrastructure. Yeah, we cannot just let this kind of, because they are the people. What are city if there is no good people? I mean, not people in a good living. So these people need help. But among these three cities I went to, I observed almost a similar pattern. Yeah.
It's the condition in Malaysia.
I mean, in Indonesia. Indonesia. So when we stop at the traffic junction or any
Surabaya,
in Malang,
Medan.
in Medan, in Kesawan, in here this morning. Yeah. So people are moving to town, and we are creating a smart city, but the people are not ready. Yeah, we have to think of these smart people. That's why when we have this discussion on smart people, it is always lacking. People think that smart people is provide good education, education or healthy facility, and what I argue is more participation. And of course, we have to really put more budget
That's the problem.
on helping these people have a living in the city. If imagine if we have robots, soon. I think we have robots on the street or in the bus or in the restaurant. But still, there are a lot of poor people along the street. A lot of children cannot go to school, and they are begging money on the street, even at night. Correct. And the mother are carrying the baby. How can it be if that is a smart city? And the authority is not caring about the people. Your people are not smart. Smart in that sense that they are in a good living, despite having a good knowledge to contribute back to the society. But the basic necessity should provide to them. This is a very, very keen project. I mean, for Indonesia, what I can see. Yeah, although the infrastructure and the ICT and the like Jakarta and Bandung, their control center IoT. They spend so much money. As you know, one camera alone, high spec one, already costs about 50,000 Malaysia ringgit. I'm not sure how much in Indonesia. One CCTV is, as you see in the street, is about 50,000 ringgit Malaysia. So many traffic lights you want to install. I mean, so many junction, so much money is spent on that infrastructure just to collect those non-human data. Okay, back to the control center, and if lack of wisdom for those people sitting in front of the screen, those data will be wasted and drained.
Yeah.
And those are very expensive data, but we have limited storage issue that like you understand. So they will just wash away those unused data, and those data are very expensive. We spend so much on
valuable if it is
valuable.
you know.
And the authority, like what I mentioned to you, they're lacking of staff, knowledgeable staff and skill to actually extract this data for real decision making by the Kota Uli, the mayor of the city. Wali Kota. Yeah, Wali Kota depends on these technical people. If these technical people are not smart, not well equipped, those data will be wasted. So we spend so much time on this data collection, so-called from the IBM concept, in interconnection, integration, and intelligence. So that is a very good concept by IBM, but it is so true, a very expensive kind of investment to collect those data. So in a way of spending so much money for this
activities,
this smart this ICT, so-called this physical infrastructure data collection for intelligent purpose, why not we spend some money for developing the society to become to be included, so-called included in the society, in the living, the basic living in the society. So the smart living is, if want to go back to the domain of the smart city, so among the 6 or Jakarta here got the 7th domain called branding, right? So the smart living domain is lacking in Indonesia. I'm not so sure the condition part, but because I am lacking study on Indonesia, but I'm interested to do so if there is a chance for collaboration. And now, of course, we are trying to study the Nusantara. Nusantara is towards also smart city, but they try to manipulate it with the forest city kind of concept. Yeah, how can it be forest? You chop down the trees, then you call that is a forest city. There is a forest, correct? That is what I understand. But of course, they will replant. But trees are not so easy like what you want to plant. The next morning will become so big. Cannot be. Tree needs more than 1,000 or 100 years to become a mature tree. Yeah. If you want to chop down trees and you say that is a forest city, then you want to plant the tree. How many more years you want to plant back those big trees? And how can you say you are a forest city? In fact, you are actually destroying the forest. This is what my reason of thinking. But of course, for a city concept is used in Malaysia, like you understand. It's a big concept, big project in Johor also. So it is a kind of a marketing term. But in real kind of our spirit to develop city, that should rethink how to really working together with the nature, not exploiting the nature too much. Yeah. Same goes to smart city, especially the smart environment. Yeah, very much lacking there. They just know how to buy or install new ICT or new IoT, like that, new analysis panel. So they never try to see how much people we need to help for the society, for the city. Yeah. That is what I think. And Malaysia, of course, can learn each other from. We can learn from each other. Yeah.
Regarding the smart city and then the role of the community, and also what kind of methods or approach to make the people, the vulnerable people, more strong or empowered. Maybe has to be a specific way, or there is a variation to cope with that. It is also related with the type of the city, maybe the geographical condition, and also the economical activities, and also economic hubs there.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, because urban planning, it is it's a very political term, and we are moving because there's a hype of something that's happening that's trendy. So when we talk about those vulnerable group, they needs more time than the trend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why these vulnerable group are still exist. I mean the poor. Even before sustainable city concept, smart city, livable, safe city, yeah, still exist. But why? Why it cannot be solved? Yeah. So sometimes you have to think: are we going to have a new concept, or we are going to really take care of the people? Yeah.
So, in conclusion, we have to know that the major keywords in this discussion is the people,
Yeah. Inclusion.
and then citizen, inclusive development.
Yeah.
Other things that the role of the technology, and also tata kelola or governance or government.
Yeah.
So what else?
They have to take the lead. I mean, the government have to take the lead
Mm.
to actually pull the people in. And this to pull the community in, you need a lot of effort. That's why I told you. They think that these people just like to complain. To pull them in, but have to educate them. Then only they can contribute. It is not that easy.
Yeah,
Like
they're a part of the
part of the
stakeholders.
smart city. You should educate them to how to become the contributor, so-called the proposer of the smart city. The role of the community to become the proposer, the data collector. Yeah, for the city. Yeah, you have to educate them. So we have to allocate budget to educate these people to make them become part of the smart city development.
Yeah. Then they have their own role in the city, in the area of the city, in the what we call it, uh, in the scope of smart city, and geographically, and then also the
Yeah.
government context, maybe.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one interesting, if I may share with you, in Malaysia, in Putrajaya currently. If you go to Putrajaya, if you want to enter to any government office, if you drive, actually you are very hard to find parking, and a lot of parking spaces are actually parked by civil servants. The parking for kaki tangan sahaja. So they're actually not serving the people. The name is civil servant, but who are they serving? They are not serving people. They are serving themselves. I mean, how they see the power, how they see the money they spend, it is something wrong that we have to point out. That is happening in Putrajaya, because we are studying the Putrajaya now.
Yeah.
It is, it's like, transportation. You want to have a good people to reach your place in the nearest and easiest way. But you didn't reserve parking for the people. You didn't reserve parking for a customer. So that's so simple. So you ask people to park very far and walk. Of course people can, because you are the authority. Correct, you got the power. But are you abusing the power? Am I right? So are they aware that they are abusing the power? Maybe they are not. Yeah. So those kind of governance, we need to really educate those people how to do participatory governance.
Participatory government, and then in this case, in terms of urban and regional planning, attention to the citizen is very important, and then also how they act every single of the day in a certain or specific governance system. It is a part of the construction of the what we call the inclusive smart city for for the context in Indonesia and in Malaysia, right?
Correct. Both are lacking. Indonesia and Malaysia also. And surprisingly, Europe is also lacking because when I study, I also found papers in Europe. They're studying this, collecting this citizens profiling. I found one or two papers regarding this also. Similar idea to mine. So that happened in Europe also.
Oh, really?
That's why. So I think it is not Asian country. I mean, not the developing countries issue. Developed country, they are also facing this issue.
But
could be lesser, but
lesser.
they are facing.
Oh,
they are facing. Yeah.
But they are more prosperous compared to our condition.
Yeah, they are more civic minded. They are more aware on their rights compared to us. But they are facing, surprisingly, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
So there are scholars from the university, I think Amsterdam or what. They are trying to study this GIS or virtual reality, how to conduct a mass decision making meeting with the authority. When there's a meeting in authority, can we involve the citizen, not only the councillors?
To enlarge the stakeholders.
Yeah. The larger part of the decision is even better. So there are a lot of study they are studying now on the participatory kind of smart city through these applications of this data, big data, and this virtual reality. They are, and one day we can collaborate.
Yes, of course. We spend almost more than half hours. Because it's approximately to 1 hour, I guess.
I see, because that is our interest, so we cannot stop talking about that.
Thank you very much, Pak Lim, for this opportunity to have a podcast with us with the ICE or ITB Continuing Education podcast under the Directorate of Non-Regular Program. Hopefully that there will be continuous activities between us, between the two universities, especially to make a possibility for the people to have non-degree program and have attention to the profession, education activities.
Yeah, I think your program is educating the general public. That is very good. That is one kind of cultivating the smart people in the Bandung city. Shabas, good job. Good job to Pak ITV.
Thank you very much, Pak Lim. Good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah, bye. Thank you.